Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Color Me Badland, back to come on and share some fragrances that I will be playing around with. I have been playing around with this spring and also moving into the summer and the fall and the winter. Some of these fragrances I've come on and chatted it up about, and some of them I have not. Today I am not going to go into huge detail on what fragrance notes or components are in these fragrances. I'm just going to share them because there's a lot of them and I don't want to bore you with the details. So if you are interested to find out some of, not all, but some of the fragrances that are on Color Me's spring and summertime lineup, fall and winter, please continue to watch. Welcome back, or welcome, I should say, if this is your very first time ever meeting me. I am Color Me Badland, at least that is what and who I go by over here on YouTube and also some on Instagram. Super glad to meet you. Happy to meet your acquaintance. I first want to give a shout out to all of my subscribers. New, old, left, came back. Welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So just to give you a little bit of a brief scenario about what our channel is about, we talk about all things beauty, hashtag all things beauty. So fragrances that I have in my collection, those that are on my wish list, those that are possibly in your collection, your wish list, makeup. I love a beautiful lippy and a gorgeous eyelash. We'll talk about all types of hair, real and not, love, relationships, romance, family issues, and faith, most importantly. And if I forgot to mention anything, we will and probably have already chatted it up about those things. And so let's get into it. I have some fragrances that I want to come on and share with you guys. Some of them I've probably shared in the past. Some of them are probably repurchases, like once I use them all up, I re-added them to my collection, and I wanted to come on and chat it up a little bit about these fragrances. I'm going to kind of go quick with these scents because there's a lot of them, and I just want to kind of share the ones that I've been playing around with. Some of them kind of followed over from the winter time to spring, and then we're going to slide them into summer. And back into fall and back into winter again. But I want to share some of these because I'm really excited about a lot of them that I've been wearing lately, that I've really been enjoying. The ones I'm going to share today, though, I really haven't been rocking out all that much unless it was like an event or somewhere that I was going other than work. But I still wanted to come on and share these fragrances. Uno momento. All right, so come on in here. I'm interested to find out what your favorite fragrances are for springtime and winter. If you are a collector, I would love to hear from you. And even if you only have a couple of them, I would love to hear what your favorite ones are. And don't be surprised if you walk past me, I can figure out what you got on because I'm good at this thing. I'm starting to get good at this thing, y'all. All right, so let's get into it. In no particular order, I wanted to come on and share some fragrances that I will be playing around with this summer. This is a fragrance that I think I added to my collection last summertime. It's been here for a minute. And this one is a remix for 4711, and it is a lavender scent. Now, anybody that knows me or has been watching my channel any length of time, you know I cannot stand the scent of lavender. Nothing against any fragrances or colognes that have that note in them or heavily noted with lavender. It just, I can't wear it, and something about the scent, it kind of gives me like a nauseated type of a feeling. I don't care for it at all. And if the fragrance is not a really expensive cologne or fragrance, and I'm being honest, that means a lot of times that it's not put together as well as some higher quality fragrances. I can't handle them, whether you're wearing them or if, I just smell them. It's just something about that scent. And everybody's the same way about something other than the one that bothers me the most, okay? So I'm not knocking anybody who loves lavender. I actually like the smell of lavender. It just doesn't rock well with my body chemistry, and I just can't stand the smell of it if it's heavily noted. Now, there are special occasions when lavender and I get along if it is well put together. Now, to be honest, frankly honest with you, this is not an expensive fragrance, you guys, but this smells so good. So this is one of the flankers of 4711. Of course, you know that I love that fragrance. It is super, super close to one of Tom Ford's fragrances, of which I'm going to come on and chat it up about with you in just a moment. This one is Remix 4711, and this is the lavender scent. Okay, this is what the bottle looks like if you're not familiar with this. You guys, this fragrance is so beautiful. It is so sensuous. I really, really love this scent. As you can see, there's not that much juice missing out of this, because some fragrances, sometimes you purchase them, you let them sit, you save them for special occasions, so on and so forth. But this is one of the ones that I'm going to be playing around with this springtime and summer. I haven't sprayed out on this one as of yet. This spring, but definitely I'm going to be playing around with this and layering it up, because I have a fragrance by Ariana Grande, God Is a Woman. It's been in my collection since it first came out, and I think I'm gonna rock these. So I'm gonna work these two together and see what I come up with. And I have another fragrance that I just added to my collection from either Swiss Arabia or Latif, I can't remember, and I wanna put those two together too and see what I get, what kind of a pretty combination I get. But definitely Remix 4711, the lavender scent. If you like lavender, get you some. And I'm telling you, I can't wear heavily scented fragrances with lavender or inexpensive fragrances that have a lot of lavender in them. A lot of times they're just not put together well enough for me. But let me tell you something, 4711 Remix Lavender, get you some. All right, so up next, again, in no particular order, I'm sharing fragrances today that I have been playing around with this spring, and that will also be enjoyed in the summertime. And also, you know that if you've gotten to know me a little bit, you know that I wear summer fragrances, or what people would deem summer fragrances, in the winter, and winter fragrances in the summer. They just work so much better for my body chemistry. This fragrance is actually one of the newer scents to my collection. I do rock Shagaf Oud. I love that fragrance, of course. Who doesn't love that beautiful oud and praline fragrance? This is something that I added to my collection, and I'm gonna be honest, when I first got this, I was like, okay, it's cool, it's all right. And I sprayed out on this one day, and I was just rushing. I was like, let me spray on a little something. Again, I always try my fragrances out if I'm on my way to bed, if I'm going to take a nap, or if I'm just chilling in the house or whatever, just to kind of get a feel for what they're going to do for me. I try not to wear them for the very first or second time, unless I fall madly in love with it, out. If I'm going to be gone any significant length of time out of the house, I try to make sure it's something that I have worn before, I've tested out, and I know it's going to perform beautifully for me. Because, you know, some fragrances just don't work well for us. And if you get stuck out somewhere, like at work or at an event, and you got a fragrance on that's not working for you, there is literally nothing that you could do, especially if you heavily spray down in something. You really can't get that scent off of you. And so I would prefer to try them out ahead of time, and that's normally what I do. So anyway, this one is Shagaf, you guys. And if you are looking for a little bit of a lighter version of Shagaf Oud to have in your collection, they work beautifully. They smell beautiful together if you'd like to compare them together. But this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It's got a little citrus in it. It's got a little praline in it. Gorgeous. As you can see, I got a little bit of a dent in here, and I've worn this like twice, you guys. And you know, I am a heavy sprayer. I get in and I get it done. This is really a beautiful fragrance. I can see myself re-upping on this one. It is really, really pretty. I didn't think it was gonna last as long as it did. Extremely affordable, beautiful Middle Eastern fragrance. Again, Shagaf. If you're looking for something, if you love a little bit of a citrus and gourmandy fragrance, not quite a lemon custard scent, not quite the lemon meringue scent, but more of a candied scent, but grown woman. Beautiful, very unique. I don't have anything in my collection that smells exactly like this. Beautiful fragrance. Very, very nice. So if you don't have Shoggoth, just plain old Shoggoth, get you some. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, moving right along. A fragrance that I will be wearing this spring and the summertime that I really haven't rocked just yet. I'm really interested to find out what this is going to do for me. I'm going to spray down. I have something on, but I'm going to put some of this on before I lay down tonight because I want to know what this is going to do for me. This one is Banana Republic. Yes, Banana Republic has fragrances, y'all. The bomb. Not only do they have amazing clothing and accessories, but they've got cologne and fragrances, you guys. And to be honest with you, I haven't smelled one that wasn't really, really good. Like, really good. This one is Dark Cherry and Amber. It's an eau de parfum. I'm going to bring the box in so you can see this. It's really, really good. It is really, really good. So I love the way it kind of opens up there. Okay, Dark Cherry and Amber. So I'm going to pull this one out because I'm gonna spray this on and wear a little bit of this. I don't have any juice missing out of here. I really have only sprayed it out to see if I liked it. And to be honest with you, I knew I was gonna love it. It is really pretty. If you love dark cherry, if you like a light cherry, if you like a white cherry, if you like amber, if you like to smell good, this is an aphrodisiac fragrance. I'm telling you right now, red light alert. It is love at first sniff for me. It's got a little bit of fingerprints on it. I love a weighted bottle. I love the aesthetic of this. It's just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I mean, it is just divine. And again, if I run into another bottle of this, like at one of your discounter stores or anything, and I am in there and got a little extra token in my pocketbook, I will definitely grab another one of these just to have, because this is a hidden treasure. Beautiful. Banana Republic, Dark Cherry and Amber. If you love a really pretty cherry scent, and if you love amber, if amber smells really good on you, like most of my fragrances are either amber florals or, you know, the list goes on. Get you some. Banana Republic, Dark Cherry and Amber. You know I can't help. You know I just can't. I gotta do it. Yeah. All right. So the next fragrance that I will be rocking this spring and summer and fall and winter is a re-up from in my collection. This is Al Hermes Amber Oud. I'll bring the packaging in so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay. And so I have 4 of these fragrances out of the collection. I really, really love this fragrance. I've got a favorite. I've got 2 that are my favorites, but we won't talk about them. But this one, is this a tobacco edition? Yes. So listen. If you don't have this one in your collection and you are a fragrance collector and you love to collect beautiful, long-lasting Beast Mode Mama Girl, sexy, seductive, I believe this is unisex. So if you have if your significant other is a fragrance snob, you definitely want to snag 2 of every scent that you order out of this line. I'm telling you right now, it took me maybe about 2.5 years to get through this collection because when I first started spraying out on it, I couldn't stop, you guys. One of the fragrances is like an identical twin to Baccarat Rouge 540, and I wore it on my birthday one year, maybe about 2 years ago. I wasn't going nowhere real fancy, you know. I was just being met out at the Muni at Forest Park. But I wanted to smell good. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing much, but it was good for me. And I'm telling you right now, I can't even remember. I can't remember if it was Hello Dolly or what we were watching, the VeggieTales. I don't remember, but I was smelling good. I was smelling darn good, and we're gonna say darn today. Darn, so good. So if you are looking for sexy, seductive fragrances, something that you can wear, you can rock, Beast Mode Mama Girl, I will recommend that if you're not sure what your body chemistry, what smells good on you just yet, you're just getting into this thing, don't buy all of them, because you may end up with, and none of them smell good. And these are hard to give away because you either have to love oud, and if you don't, people don't care for them, right? And this is a very, very acquired taste. Everybody cannot rock these types of fragrances. I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't smell good on everybody. And so just like I can't wear certain fragrances that a lot of people can get away with that just don't work well for me, my daughter ends up getting those. So anyway, Al Haramain, since 1970, this one is Al Haramain Amber Oud, the Tobacco Edition. Get you some. Who's loving who? All right, so the next fragrance on the list, this is one that took me forever to pull the trigger on. I watched, and I don't know if this is dust or if the box is cracked. I don't think this is dust because I just kind of wiped these off. This is a fragrance from the House of Lattafa. I need my glasses on because that reflection with that gold lettering, it makes it so difficult to actually see. And I'm sorry if my eyes are a little bit red. I was rubbing one of them before I came on. So it may be I may be looking a little blurred, like the blurred lines or something like that. None of that, none of that. Be of a sober mind. Okay, Amethyst Lattafa. And this is by D.L. Oud. This is the Amethyst, okay? This reminds me of the packaging that the man, I can't remember what the man's name was on Toy Story. You know, the one with the beard. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to name any names because this video is not being sponsored by Toy Story. However, this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I love this. This is a beautiful offering from Lattafa. I have shared with you guys on many occasions again that I love fragrances from Lattafa. I love my Middle Eastern fragrances. If I can get the flap to stay open, I love the fragrance coffin that this is in. Now, I will tell you that sometimes this is maybe a little bit hard and difficult to take out. And so you may need a little bit of help to dig that bad girl out of there. If in fact you do decide to wear her. Look at that bottle. Isn't that pretty? And purple is not even my favorite color, but this is beautiful, you guys. It took me a really long time to pull the trigger on this one. And you know, my fellow fragrance lovers and fellow fragrance snobs and collectors talk a lot about that fragrance. And the people that, you know, we have kind of like similar taste in fragrances, I can kind of gauge what they share on whether or not it's something that I may like and be interested in, because I probably got hip to something from their channel or their recommendations and suggestions. So when they mention something that I've never smelled before, I go ahead and start doing my research. And that is one that took me a very long time to actually go in and pull the trigger on, because I wasn't sure. I knew that I liked the original by D.L. Oud for Glory. Is it Oud for Glory or something like that? Or is that the original one? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The one that's in the black and gold bottle. I have a video of that one up. And the music is too loud on it. But I'm still talking good stuff about that fragrance. And so people really like that one. So that one was a really good fragrance. I really enjoyed that one. And if you love oud, again, it takes an acquired taste, and there's only a certain body chemistry type that can pull those fragrances off and smell amazing. So make sure before you start buying oud fragrances that you start kind of maybe buy one, play around with it. Make sure you learn how to layer your fragrances properly, because those fragrances are hit and miss. If you don't layer them properly, they won't smell right. If your body chemistry doesn't marry well with them, they're gonna smell terrible. So make sure there's something that you really smells good on you before you venture out and just buy a whole bunch of oud fragrances, because it just may be something that you don't like. For whatever reason, they smell great on me, and so I have a lot of oud fragrances in my collection, and one day we'll come on and talk about them, most of them, if I haven't already. There's some that I haven't shared with you guys. I love oud, or oof. Moving on. All right, guys, so you know that I love fragrances that are aphrodisiacs, or fragrances that assist in that area. I don't set out to buy fragrances like that. I just always end up buying those types of fragrances, and I have a lot of them in my collection that are definitely mood setters, fragrances that you wouldn't wear to work. There are, yes, absolutely, definitely, positively fragrances that you should not wear to work. You just shouldn't. They're not work appropriate unless you work by yourself, or you're working in an environment where your fragrance and scent is going to be non-offensive, or unless you work in a cubby hole with your significant other, then it doesn't matter. But there are fragrances that are definitely not work scent worthy, and this is one, in my opinion. You can lightly spray this and get away with it, but this is super, when I say super sexy, you guys, Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. This fragrance is unbelievably sexy. I don't know what they got. And and when I first got this, I was like, because I love Neroli, okay? I was like, oh, it's all right, it's okay. One night I decided, I was like, you know what? I've had a long day. I got a lot on my mind, which is almost every day. And I just want to smell beautiful. And I'm going to spray down in a fragrance that I never really wear unless I'm really, really going somewhere fancy. And just take me a little snoozola. And to my surprise, this fragrance laid it on me. Do you understand the words that came from hither? Beautiful fragrance, super, super sexy, a total shocker. Tom Ford is known for having those sexy sneaker scents, meaning that, they look business, they look casual, aesthetically, they are clean slates, just a straightforward, great quality fragrance. This one is like one of those little fruity drinks that you get and you're like, oh, this is a real light cocktail. I'm really not drinking it. Before you know it, you laying on the floor doing the centipede in the middle of a dance floor, embarrassing you and everybody you came with. Tom Ford, Neroli Portofino. Sexy, sexy, sexy. I'm telling you right now, this fragrance is not for the faint. Get your nose on this one if you gain an opportunity to do so. If you're looking for a super sexy fragrance to just beautify yourself with, or to share with you and a significant other, I'm telling you right now, I won't steer you wrong. Every time I turn around, he's blessing me. Okay, so this particular fragrance here, I'm going to go ahead and take her out of the box just in case you're not familiar with this fragrance. And don't judge my juice level. Don't judge my juice level, because if you own this fragrance, you already know. Oh, I got a whole lot more, but we're going to cut this thing short because I don't want to keep you guys too long. This is another fragrance that's been in my collection for a while that I never actually wear out, but is really a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And I was watching a fellow YouTube creator, and she was sharing some of the fragrances that she has from this particular house of fragrances, and it really sparked my interest only because of the bottle. I'm like, there is no way. But anyway, one time I got caught up in the rapture. I was on Amazon, you know the story, and I just clicked on the button. I was clicking, I was looking and doing, trying to compare prices and see what was up. These are really affordable fragrances, you guys. I want to say that this is either a fruity gourmand or a floral fruity fragrance, but this is some beautiful juice right here. This is from the Line Police. I'm going to bring the bottle in a little bit closer. This is something totally different from anything that I would normally gravitate towards as far as the design is concerned. Who cares about it? This fragrance smells so good. It's got a little safety clasp on it. This is such a beautiful, and it has a nice sprayer on it. And these fragrances are very, very affordable. This is a pretty girl fragrance. It's really florally, it's fruity. It gives you like a little bit of a sweet tart candy vibe, but this is so beautiful. I have a couple of fragrances in my collection that smell similar to this. One of them is Herban Cowboy, which is a 100% vegan fragrance called Love. And it smells really similar to this one. I've never really compared the notes with this one. This is so beautiful, you guys. I'm super glad. And it's funny because I had never smelled any of these. And I ended up picking one that I really, really adore. There's one that I have on my cart ready to unload. And it's a different color bottle. The notes sound like I'm going to really enjoy it. And I just haven't sent for it yet because I really don't. You got to be in the mood to scent for fragrances. And I really kind of overindulged, a while back. So I'm good on the fragrances. I'm good on the fragrances. But these are super affordable. They last a really, really long time. And I mean, just gorgeous, sexy, fragrant, fruity, juicy, beautiful fragrance. I don't know which one this is. That's why I'm showing you the bottle. It is gorgeous, you guys. Again, Police. And I believe this is a fruity, floral, and I want to say a gourmand because it's giving me a little bit of a sweet treat vibe. Gorgeous. Trust me on this one. All right, guys. So this will be the last one that I'm going to share on this particular recording of fragrances that I will be playing around with this spring and summer, and then fall and winter again. We're just gonna keep it popping. This one is, and I just took my glass out. This one is Lady Million, and this is from the maker Paco Rabanne. And it takes my oldest grandbaby to say, she loves to say it with me, Paco Rabanne. And so I'm gonna spray a little bit of this one on. I don't wear this one. It has a decent sprayer on it. So if anybody knows, of course, if you've been watching any length of time, I'm a Paco Rabanne fragrance lover. They just work really good for me. And you'll find a lot of times with fragrance houses that for the most part, their fragrances, no matter what they come out that's new, will just work for you. Chanel is one that's like that for me. Dolce & Gabbana. Believe it or not, Tom Ford's fragrances do me really well too. They're the kind of fragrances that I have to wait on. So when I first spray out on every single one that I have, I'm like, okay. And like 30 minutes to an hour later, I'm like, yeah, this is good. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, this is why you spend that money, because you want something that is going to work for you like those fragrances work for you. So Paco Rabanne is one of those fragrance houses for me that just work beautifully. You guys, this is a love at first sniff for me. I'm going to bring the bottle in a little bit closer so you can kind of see. I haven't rocked this one really yet. I just played around with it to see whether or not I like it and what lotions and creams I want to wear with it. Look at my hand where I sprayed it. This is beautiful. It's got a little bit of a fruity, gourmandy, almondy, creamy. This is just beautiful. If you like a really sweet, heavy, sexy, seductive, kind of thick, syrupy type of fragrance, something that when you hug a person that's wearing a fragrance, you kind of still smell them. Like when you get home, you're like, I smell so-and-so's fragrance. Not that it got on you, it's just one of those that'll just touch you as well. This is so beautiful, you guys. And I haven't worn this yet. I don't know what, I think there's amber. I think there's vanilla. I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I'm not doing notes today. I'm just sharing with you fragrances that I will be playing around with this spring and summer. So those are the ones that I wanted to share with you guys. I've got several others that I want to chat it up with you about. So possibly we will do a part 2. But I wanted to come on and share those because it is springtime. And in a lot of our states, we've been having summer-like weather. And so it's definitely that time of year. And I wanted to share with you some of the fragrances that I intend on playing around with and or wearing. And again, I wear my fragrances all year round, but those are ones that I'm really, really desiring to play around with and see what I think about them and have a little fun. Get you some. This is your girl, Color Me Badly, and saying thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate all of your love, your support, your time, all of your shout outs, your encouraging emails. When you pop over to Instagram and say hi, if you shout out in the DMs or whatever you do, thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the likes, the shares. We'll see you on the next video. Peace and blessings.